Hey toy fans, I'm D21 Beast and welcome back to my figure review series here on my YouTube channel. And today we are taking a look at another pair of adorable diminutive heroes in a half shell. That's right, we've got a Ninja Turtle review for you here, and what I've got is the 2013 Playmates Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ninjas in Training Leonardo and Donatello minifigures. And these guys look great. I can't wait to get them out of the box. Let's go ahead and start by taking a look at that packaging. Coming down the front of the box, you are going to see that Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. You're going to see the familiar green and purple color scheme, and then a blister bubble that houses the mini turtles, Leonardo and Donatello, and their accessories. And then of course on the right side, you've got that complete lineup of turtles from the show. And finally we end with the Ninjas in Training, Leonardo and Donatello label there at the bottom. Flipping the package around now, what you're going to see is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo repeated again in the upper left. You're going to see the bio for these two minifigures. Go ahead and pause now to read that. And as we come to the bottom here, you do have the complete lineup of all the figures available in this wave. Alright guys, well that's the packaging. Let's say we get these mini heroes in a half shells out of the box and see what they're all about. Alright toy fans, here we have Leonardo and Donatello out of the box, and these guys are every bit as adorable as the Michelangelo and Raphael I already covered in the Ninjas in Training toy line. These guys look great. I mean, just look at the sculpting of these things. I like that Donatello actually has his teeth sculpted into his mouth there, if you can see that there. Just like it looks on the show. I think that's a really great touch. I also like that Leonardo's got a bit of a frown or some sort of determined look since he is the leader. Both of these guys don't share any parts, much like Raphael and Michelangelo. You can see that Donatello's got legs that are a little bit longer and arms that are just a little bit longer. Also, you'll see that each turtle is sculpted with hands that can hold their weapons. Leonardo has 2 gripping hands, while Donatello only has 1, so I guess they only intend for you to put the bow staff in one of his hands. And then we have some paintwork on the shells here. There is colored plastic for the bandanas, but they do have black paint on the eyes. And as we flip them around, you can see that they do have painted shells on the back. And it looks like these are very similar paint colors in this case, versus the Michelangelo and Raphael that had very different colors on their shells. Moving on to the accessories, we can see that like Michelangelo and Raphael, Leonardo and Donatello also come with some Ninja in Training weapons. Leonardo's got a sword that looks like it's made out of wood and some tape, which is great. Donatello has a bow staff that looks like it's also made out of wood with some tape on it. So those are nice touches. Now each one of these turtles can fit the weapons into either hand. They just slide right in. Now one thing I've noticed about my Leonardo figure is that the grip on his one hand here is fairly loose, so it doesn't really hold the sword that well, which is kind of disappointing. But in the case of Donatello, you can just go ahead and take this bow staff, just slide it right into his hands there, it's going to give me a little bit of trouble there. And we get a nice solid grip from the Donatello figure. Both of these Ninjas in Training minifigures have identical articulation, so for the purpose of this review, let's just focus on Donatello. You can see that Donatello does have a head that turns a full 360 degrees. He's got a shoulder joint that allows his arm to move up that far and down that far. It also rotates 360 degrees at the shoulder. There's no more articulation on that arm, and that articulation is matched on the other side. And finally, he does have a 360 degree waist rotation, which is a bit stiff on my Donatello. And he can turn around that far. And again, no articulation from the waist down. Taking a look at the height now for these Ninja Turtles in Training, we can see that they do stand at just under 2.5 inches tall. For some size comparison, here we have Ninjas in Training Leonardo and Donatello compared to their adult counterparts from the Battle Shell series. And here we have Ninjas in Training Leonardo and Donatello compared to their counterpart toys, the Toddler Turtles from the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy line. And here we have all those turtle figures together now in sort of an evolutionary chart of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. And finally, here we have the Ninjas in Training Leonardo and Donatello minifigures compared to the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine. Alright toy fans, so that's my review of the 2013 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ninjas in Training Donatello and Leonardo minifigures by Playmates. And overall, I really like these minifigures. Now, like the Raphael and Michelangelo I've already reviewed, these figures aren't really that essential to your Turtles collection, but they are a lot of fun. So if you've got the first 2, you might as well get the second 2. Now, I should mention that these figures are becoming harder to find in stores. After checking about 3 or 4 retailers, I finally found one of these guys, and it was the last one at my local store. So these may be hard to pick up at this point, but just keep checking. You never know, they might show up. Well, that's my review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here, please feel free to rate, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure to hit me up on Twitter at D21Beast. I'd love to talk to you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Well, thanks for watching my review, guys. I hope you liked it.
Okay.